Rapfest Radio on rapfestradio.com. We're not number one. God is. We may not be the best, but our purpose is to lead you to the best. Jesus Christ. www.rapfestradio.com. New school classics to exclusives. Gospel hip-hop music and videos. Live video interviews Monday nights at 8 p.m. Monday nights at 8 p.m. Watch. Learn. Love. Support. Rapfest Radio on rapfestradio.com. Rapfestradio.com. Rapfestradio.com.
And you like, who's that guy? He's the one that likes to keep his head to the sky. I rock with the greatest and I'm happy about that. Nothing will ever change, I don't care if it seems whack. Now, I don't mind if it's me you talk about. Just don't get mad when I pull my Bible out. I love Jesus Christ and I'm not trying to fool ya. I might dip out if you shout hallelujah. Yes, God is the best. We are peculiar people set apart from the rest. God is the one and only, yes, I suggest I pray at lunchtime, unlike the rest. And trust me, Jesus Christ is all about. If you don't believe me, you're missing out. You can say this song is cheesy, just know I'm a fool for G-O-D-Z. I'm in love like crazy with G-O-D. If you're crazy about the Lord, then sing it with me. I'm strange, I'm strange, I'm strange, I'm strange. I'm in love like crazy with G-O-D. If you're crazy about the Lord, then shout it with me. I'm strange. Yes, I'm strange, I'm strange. Let me tell you something, I don't need to be accepted. I stand alone with Christ, so I'm cool being rejected. I'm not into your stuff, don't try to change me. This one person did it, I remember vaguely. He like, Trey, you should open your mind. It's not cool liking the same things all of the time, but God blessed me with many things. Why would I leave him? Air in my lungs, had to receive him. Reason myself down to transgression, moving far away from God into depression. Nah man, I wasn't trying to turn around. I loved him dearly, but I had to shut him down. I'm not into Harry Potter, yes I'm strange. And I'm not about the money, so call me deranged. The Lord's got a plan for me, so go ahead and laugh as I walk to Bible study. I'm in love like crazy with G-O-D. If you're crazy about the Lord, then sing it with me. I'm strange, I'm strange, I'm strange, I'm strange. I'm in love like crazy with G-O-D. If you're crazy about the Lord, then shout it with me. I'm strange. Yes, I'm strange, I'm strange. Children are the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. You gotta treat them right, not smack their heads in. Am I too young to rep the glory of the highest? I'm getting my swag on, but no, I'm not the flyest. I'm craving behavior's contagious. Searching for life and brevity like that's so Raven. Step up because we gotta get it right. So if you stay left, you get left out of his sight. The valley of the shadow of death, it don't scare me. Open up my mind, grieving with God prepares me. I don't mean people straight as a rainbow. Dudes in high heels is a different kind of strange, yo. Enemy may come, resist them like paparazzi. Never fear, God got me, put his arm around my body. And if I look weird, I'm on my way. So I'ma stay strange as sure as my name's Trey. I'm in love like crazy with G-O-D. If you're crazy about the Lord, then sing it with me. I'm strange, I'm strange, I'm strange, I'm strange. I'm in love like crazy with G-O-D. If you're crazy about the Lord, then shout it with me. I'm strange. Yes, I'm strange, I'm strange. I'm in love like crazy with G-O-D. If you're crazy about the Lord, then sing it with me. I'm strange, I'm strange, I'm strange, I'm strange. I'm in love like crazy with G-O-D. If you're crazy about the Lord, then shout it with me. I'm strange. Yes, I'm strange, I'm strange.
You're listening to Rap Fest Radio on rapfestradio.com.
We just got spanked by
Yo, welcome to Rap Fest Radio, rapfestradio.com here live in Boogie Down Bronx. First things first, if you're tuned in and watching, join the chat room. If you have any questions throughout the course of the night, we'll be more than happy to address those questions live on the air. You just finished listening to a song by Trey. That's Todd Bang's son. We promised you last week that we played his song. We did. It's called I'm Strange. He is one of the confirmed artists for Rap Fest 2012 coming up in August. We'll be talking about that later on. Tonight we have Chris in the building.
What's good? What's good?
C.H.R.I.S has risen inside. Is in the building. I was always looking, where's the eye?
Just don't even visualize it. No, it's just Christ. Inside. Don't even worry about it.
Chris is in the building. Chris is a local rapper in the New York area.
Queens.
From Queens.
Come on.
To make sure.
Jamaica.
What's the address? In case you want to visit.
No. Southside Jamaica, you already know what it is.
Producer, engineer.
Yes, sir.
MC, father, husband, and all of that. So before we go into any questions regarding your ministry and stuff, just give yourself a real formal introduction so people know a little bit about you.
Okay, cool, man. My name is Chris. It's an acronym. My real name is Chris as well, but I asked God when I first started this, like, what should my name be? And all of the cool names were taken. Young Bishop, you know what I'm saying? Anything with young in front of it, Young Prophet, C the Prophet. Shout out to Q the Prophet.
Yeah, Q the Prophet.
Everybody's got
Older Prophet.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Older Prophet, Q the Prophet.
And then I would have been C the Prophet, so I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? It didn't feel right. So, it stands, it's an acronym for Christ Has Risen Inside Me. And to be real with you, like, a lot of times we see different people with names and they don't really mean anything, or they just equate it to a Christian or believers or whatever. But my name stands for Christ Has Risen Inside Me because that is what God has done. You know what I'm saying? As a believer, Christ should be risen inside everyone's life. So again, I hail from Queens, New York, Southside Jamaica, Queens, 134 from Guy R. Brewer. I don't know for whatever reason why I always shout out my old block, but that's just what it is. I can't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? I haven't been there in 10 years or whatever, but that's where I came up. That's where the G's taught us, and we moved on from there. But started out in the streets selling drugs and hustling and doing all that other stuff, but God changed my life up in about 1999. No, matter of fact, it was the year 2000, and that's when God basically just rearranged and just wrecked my whole situation and forced me to come to him, because I was definitely running from him. So he was like, I'm gonna run over you, and that's what he did, and I thank God for that encounter. So that's basically where I am.
What, because you said that, tell us a little bit about that, because many times we talk to an artist and they don't even talk about when they met the Lord or anything. They just like, yo, my CD's about to drop, it's gonna be crazy, I got such and such on it, this one produced there, mastered by this guy. But what was that defining moment in your life when you said, you know what, God, you got me?
I mean, it was 1999, and it was crazy the way that it happened, because it was about December or October, November, somewhere around there of 1999, and I had just gotten with a label upstate New York, and I was in school. I was in a college in upstate New York, and I went up there to play basketball. I played all over the city. I played for Gauchos. I played everywhere.
Oh, really?
I played anywhere that there was a ball dropping. I was there, and I was not coming off the bench. Please believe that. So I was pretty good.
YouTube tape.
You know what I'm saying? You probably won't find me because there was no YouTube back then, but try it. And I've played with and against guys, Lamar Odom, Ron Artest, they all Queens guys. So, I grew up playing against them in all of the tournaments and all of that. But long story short, I ended up going upstate to play basketball, and the coach came to my house, typical stuff that you kind of see on TV, like, we want your son to come play. It made me feel nice and warm and fuzzy, and I got up there, and he goes, you got to try out. Now, in all of the years that I've played basketball, I never had to try out. So I said, I'm not trying out. And he goes, okay, so then you won't play for my team. I said, okay, no problem. Arrogance, pride, but God used it in a way. So that was the catalyst, because that forced me to see my surroundings and say, wow, I can really sell a lot of drugs up here, because it was that type of environment. And that's exactly what I proceeded to do when I did that, and was going to class and still selling a lot of drugs up there. And at the end of 2009, or at the end of 1999, it was like December. We were getting ready to go on break in January, and we were sitting there. We were all getting high. Me and my friends, we were smoking, we were drinking, and I said to them, by this time next year, you guys are not even going to know who I am, man. I'm going to change. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to start going to church. Now, meanwhile, I am zooted, gone, moon, Mars. I'm out of here. I'm toasted. And that came out of my mouth. But I believe at that time that's when I confessed that out of my mouth, God took that and said, you got it. Because I'm gonna hold you to that. And that's what happened. Because after that, when we came back from the break, everything just started breaking apart. Everything just started going into ruins. I got locked up there, got in a lot of trouble up there. I had people try to kill me, chasing me with guns and, you know, shooting at me. It was crazy. It was worse than being in my neighborhood, of which I'm used to seeing dudes getting chased and shot at and stuff like that, and almost lost my life up there. And then I came back in May of 2000, and I was contemplating suicide because I had no more money. All of the girls had left. I had no more drugs, no more connections, nothing. And I'm back here in Queens, New York, and I'm sitting in my room, and I had nothing left. And I had my gun. And I had massive bullets, and I'm like, I loaded up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna end it, because it's at that time I didn't see any reason to live. I had no basketball. They kicked me out of school. I had like 3 or 4 pending cases in court. I was getting ready to. I was facing a lot, you know, at that time for an 18 or 19-year-old kid. I was 19 at that time. For a 19-year-old kid, I was facing a lot, and ultimately, God used that moment. Because I had my gun in my hand, in my mouth, and I had the hammer cocked back. It was a .38, and I said, I'm gonna end it all. And all I could see was my mother's face, and she was like, don't do that. You'll hurt me. And I put the gun, this is literally what happened. I took the gun, I closed the hammer, and I put it back under my pillow. My mother walked in the door right then.
Oh, wow.
And she said, I've been thinking about you. She said, why don't you go to church downtown? Now, downtown is, I go to church in Harlem. Shout out to Life Changes Church and Ministries of Manhattan. My pastor, Bishop Joseph Harris, I love him. That's actually my uncle, my blood uncle. Oh, okay. And she was like, why don't you go downtown to that church? And I said, Mom, you know, church is not my thing anymore. Like, you know, we used to have to go when we were little. It's like, it's not my thing. And my aunt, she set me up. She goes, there's a lot of girls there. So I was like, she gave me a week. Let me see what you're talking about. And I went there, man, and that was like May of 2000, man. And I didn't see any girls when I went there. God began to just melt me, just melt away at me. And I could not, I would come there and I would cry, and I wouldn't know why I was crying. I didn't understand that it was the Spirit of God moving around me and getting on me and allowing me to feel His love. I didn't understand that. I just thought, like, I'm mad emotional, son. There's so much going on. You know what I'm saying? I got mad court cases. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got mad stuff in my eye right now. I'm trying to run away from it. But my pastor asked me at the time, he goes, I know you used to play the drums when you were a kid. Why don't you play? You know, why don't you come back and play for us? Not knowing that the Lord is speaking to him, saying, that's the hook. That's what's going to get him. And that's what I did. I started playing the drums. And before you know it, you know, I got baptized with His Holy Spirit, and then right before that, I went to go see Pastor Mason Betha preach. At that time, he just had got saved, and he was at Albert Jamieson's church, and that is the day, it was September 24th, 2000, and that was the day that I actually said, enough is enough. I went home, I took all my CDs, and I was huge on music. Again, remember, I had a pending contract. That summer, I was supposed to go open up for Black Rob when he had the song Whoa. I was supposed to open up for him and do Summer Jam and Freaknik, all of these different things. I was moving and shaking.
That's stuff that people even today would die for.
Exactly.
I want to get Summer Jam, I'm in there.
People think that, you know, that the devil can't bless you, the enemy can't bless you, and he can, because those things were designed to keep me from God. Because if I would have had a little taste of that, I would have never went to where God wanted me to go, because I would have been so consumed by the things, the monetary, you know, things, and because they were offering it, like, yeah, we got the chains for you. They're calling me every week. We got the jackets and everything. Like, yo, man, you just come, you gonna be fine, man. I promise you. And as soon as I came home, God hit me like a Mack truck, man, and my life changed ever since then. And I didn't want to rap. I did not want to rap. I did not want to have anything to do with rap. I heard Christian rap and was like, this is garbage.
Who did you hear?
I'm not going to even say that. No. I don't remember. There was a few guys, but when I heard C.H.R.I.S.
I was just gonna ask what convinced you?
What convinced me, I heard C.H.R.I.S. and my man Street Disciple. I knew him. He went to my mother's church, Love Fellowship. And I remember one time I was there, I was crying out to God, and I was running around, and he grabbed me up, and you know, he showed me so much love. Street Disciple's name is Jermaine, rest in peace, Jermaine, you know what I'm saying? And that, when I heard those, I'm like, this can't be gospel. C.H.R.I.S. was black, and I preached the gospel all day the raw way, do what the Lord say. I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
There's hope.
Right, there's hope, because everything I heard up until that day was like, I'm going to throw this out the window. This is not good.
So
but C.H.R.I.S, again, I'm pretty sure that's like 90% of New York rappers. That was my guy. And then when I heard it, I was like, wow, this is what's up. And I still didn't want to rap, because I was like, you know, that's his thing. Maybe that's not for me. But you know, I don't know if I'm leading too far.
No, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead. No, man. You speak, man. Trust me, I'll stop.
It was.
Okay, that's it.
All right.
Go ahead.
So hearing that, you know, after a few years, Love Fellowship at that time, they had an open mic, and I went there, and I was like, you know, I was writing, but I was not saying that it was rap. Like, yo, it's poetry. And afterwards, after I rapped and did spoken word at the time that I thought it was, people were coming up to me afterwards like, yo man, you got a CD, man, your rhymes are dope. And I'm like, these are poems or whatever. And then they invited me back again, and the place was packed, and that was the first time I met Richard Dolphin, who's my brother. I love him. Shout out to Richard Dolphin. Go hit up richarddolphin.com. That's my guy. That's my little brother. I love that dude. But went to go see. I met him. I met Q the Prophet. I met my man Bless that night, and that was when my ministry actually was birthed right then and there, because I realized that I have something inside of me that God is trying to pull out. And through my trials and through everything that I've been through, you know, God began to crush me to get the oil out. And here I am today, man.
That's awesome. And definitely, C.H.R.I.S could definitely convince somebody that there's hope for Christian hip hop. Because I think when C.H.R.I.S was at its prime, when people were just starting to know who C.H.R.I.S was, you know, I think there was a lot of quote unquote whackness out there.
Yes, it was.
A lot of guys just trying, you know, you can't, whatever, hopefully they all, you know, got better as time went on. Hopefully. But everybody was just trying to do something, you know. I'll never forget also when I think C.H.R.I.S, Precise, as well as Street Disciple were at Rap Fest the same year when Street Disciple passed away. Yeah. Wow. And when Street Disciple closed out the night, people were like, what?
This is rap, right? Like,
no, not even. They were confused. They're like, what? Like, where did this dude come from? Where has he been hiding? And unfortunately, he passed that same year. Right. You know, that was the only time we got to minister there. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough to convert to be a Christian artist.
It is.
You know, when you hear some of the stuff that's out there. You know, even today, unfortunately.
Yes, I was just getting ready to say
today,
that.
Unfortunately, there's still a lot of guys that still haven't caught on. You know, that, you know, we're in 2000. Yeah, it's 2012.
All right.
You know, things change. The tambourine only works for a little while.
I mean, I think what it is that, you know, dudes don't understand what their calling is. Like, this is who God created me to be, and I know that, and I'm confident in that. And a lot of dudes just say, I got saved, so I used to rap in the world, so I'm going to rap for the Lord. But, you know, God is not...
You weren't good in the world.
Right. And to be real with you, you know, my great-grandfather used to always say, you'll never be no more than what God makes you. You understand what I'm saying? So if he's calling you, I said to somebody today, if he's calling you to be a bird, no matter how much you try, no matter how much you pray, no matter how much you squint your eyes and squeeze your hands to be that frog that you always wanted to be, he made you to be a bird.
Yeah, tweet away.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't going hop. He wants you to fly. You too busy trying to hop, but that same frog is busy trying to be you. Yeah. But you don't see that. So they want to get their soapbox because they don't have the opportunity. The church won't let them preach. The church won't let them usher. The church won't let them do nothing. So they're like, I'm a rap then. And then they
can't stop me there.
You know what I'm saying? Make the shipwreck of the gospel out there. Nah, man, you got to be effective at what you're doing, and that's the bottom line.
Amen. Just to backtrack for a few seconds, why do you think you were so adamant of chasing the things of this world before Christ? Naturally, we know because Christ wasn't involved.
Right.
But what was it? You know how sometimes you say, oh, he must have been influenced by his friends. It was the neighborhood he grew up in. Maybe he had a bad home. Maybe he had a bad experience with somebody. True. You know, what led you there? Because even now as we do this interview, there may be somebody listening who has either a nephew, a son, maybe a parent who's going through that issue of, you know, whether it be drugs or gangbanging, whatever it is, you know, and sometimes we ourselves, we try to figure out, what is it that's going on with this dude? Like, how can I help?
Right.
You know, sometimes we just don't see the signs. And naturally, if you're going through it, I know when I did bad stuff, I wouldn't tell anybody why I was doing it. I just did it. So it's like those unexplained things that happen. You would come out of it, we testify, but nobody really knows, why did you get there in the first place?
Man, for me, what really brought me there was, like, I had good parents. I grew up, my dad is the man, yo. My dad is my hero. Like, you know.
And that's important. I'm glad you say that. First of all, of course, because Father's Day is coming up, so happy Father's Day.
Shout out to you, Bunky, my man, my man.
But I'm glad you say that, because many times the first thing, the stereotypical thing to say is, "Oh, he must come from a broken home,"
right?
Or his dad, his mom did everything, or his dad was you know, he's a baby mama type of thing, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So that shows that the parents were there.
My parents were there. My mother, when I was young, my father wasn't saved, but I could have swore he was, you know, because my mother kept it. He didn't do it. My father didn't drink. He didn't smoke around us. Nothing. He was just, y'all going to church? Okay. But he was still my dad, and he was the coolest.
Good man.
He was a good man. And when God came into his life, and I think it was about 94, 95, me and my sister was like, there goes Hot 97 in the car. Thanks a lot, mommy. You know what I'm saying? We didn't, because we were like, you know, it was like, you know, the dad was like the cool guy. You know, you come in, he's like, what y'all want to listen to? I got Dougie Fresh. I got KRS One. You know, I got Special K, Sunshine, Cool Mo D. You know what I'm saying? He was the cool dad.
So you went to 10-10 wins now, right?
My father keeps it on 10-10 wins and CNN. You get in his car and he's got it on like 100. He's just sitting there like, Dad, turn it down.
It's the same news every 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't come from none of that, man. My mother was a praying mother. My mother told me when I was 16 years old, she said, I'm not praying that God keep you safe from hurt, harm, and danger anymore. I'm praying God's will for your life. She said, because you're too comfortable in your sin. And since she prayed that prayer, my life was a wreck after that. After that, in the hood, people Mom. You know what I'm saying? And that day, I got mad at her. I said, why would you pray that? Why would you pray? You want to see me die out here? She said, I told God, whatever your will is. She said, because I know what he told me, what you were going to be and who you were going to be. And she had a little book, a day run. I'll never forget it, man, like it was yesterday. She had a little book where she had wrote down what the Lord spoke to her as it concerned me and as it concerned my sister. And I read it like 2 years after I got saved, and it blew me away, because the things that she was writing down there, it was prophetic. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know it.
You're not ready for that.
Right. I'm like, this is just heavy stuff. Clothes away, you know what I'm saying?
Spooky on.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I didn't come from that type of home, man. What made me do what I was doing was, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I was influenced heavily by the gangsters in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I grew up 134 in Guy Brewer, 50 Cent. You had, you know, the Supreme team from Baisley. You got, you know, dudes just running around with CLKs, with Coogee rag tops and Louis Vuitton interior. You see that stuff, and they know you play ball. And they know me. What up, Slim? What's going on? Right. You know what I'm saying? What you doing? You got a game today? Where's that? You at the Rucker? You at, you know, the Baby Rucker? Where you at? We want to come and you fall right into that. You know what I mean? And I wanted those things, but I didn't realize, you know, what they were really doing to get that. I'm like, oh, they selling drugs, or, you know, just young-minded, not even thinking, just adolescent thoughts, you know. Oh, they ain't doing nothing, it ain't nothing. I can go get in this guy's stolen Lexus that he stole from Virginia.
And you know it.
And I know it. And we're riding around and he's doing 95 to the stop sign, but I'm cool. But I wasn't realizing, like, if this guy I could die, or I can get locked up for being on a stolen vehicle. Right. Meanwhile, he's wiping everything down after we get out. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking, I'm not wiping my side down. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing on my hands. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with that.
You know, so I didn't come from that home. My mother and my father were praying parents. I got 90% of my family on my mother's side is bishops and pastors.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But that wasn't my flow. My father's side is gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ran with Fat Cat and all of them back in the days. So I go to South Side, I get love. People know me like, oh, your uncle, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So it was a huge gap. Like, it was either you're gonna be a minister or something, or you're gonna be a gangster. And I chose to be a gangster, or what I thought was a gangster, because I wasn't really, you know, about killing people. Like, I had a heart. I was the guy like, yo, why y'all beating the life out of this dude? Leave him alone. You know what I mean? I had a heart. Other dudes ain't got no heart.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but I'm really glad you explained that, man, because a lot of times, you know, even as parents, we jump to conclusions and say, oh, you know, why is he doing this? Maybe I did something wrong. You know, parents you feel guilty right away. Your child wilds out. You're like, oh my God,
what did I do?
I did something wrong, or you know. And sometimes we got to convince parents, just keep praying, like you said, like your mom. You know, just surrender your child's life to God,
God's hands,
and
man.
to say, Lord, here you are. You know, let your will be done.
Yeah.
You know, all you can do is pray for them. Naturally, you want to guide them, give as much advice as possible, but at the same time, whatever God has planned is what's going to happen. The same way, whatever God promised your mom is what happens. Because God don't promise something to say, psych.
Right.
You know, He don't do that.
It's not an Indian.
You don't do that. Yeah, exactly. It's straight up, man. And that's what I love. What I want to do right now is I want to get into one of your music video.
Okay, cool. That's what's up.
Victorious.
Nice.
Wow.
Shout out to my man Cole Campbell.
Yeah.
Love that boy. Been doing music with that man for about 5 years now. That's my guy. That's my guy.
Cole Campbell.
And he's from the Bronx.
I know, but we've been trying to get him on here for
Cole Campbell, reach out to us.
He's been trying to hit him
I'm gonna
up.
make sure that
We had a mishap
afterwards.
about
And be like, yo, get out.
Now we got the end. Now we got the end. As a matter of fact, when his part comes up, mute it. That'll
I tweeted him. I don't know if he's watching, but hopefully he is.
But tell us a little bit about the song, and you know.
Oh man, Victorious is a great song, man. I wrote it, and immediately I knew, I was like, yo, I got to get Cole Campbell on the hook. Me and Richard Dolphin introduced me to Cole Campbell a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and I call Cole Campbell the Super Nintendo cheat code. Because whatever you put him on, you win. You win. And you win big. You know what I'm saying? It's like the big head NBA Jam from the corner. Is it the shoes? Is it the Cole Campbell? He's just a phenomenal talent. He's an anointed man. And as soon as I wrote the record, I was like, yo, I said, I want to talk about being victorious. I said, I got this idea, whatever. You know, he was, no lie, picked him up from the train station on the way to the joint. He heard the song. He was like, yo, this joint is bananas. With no hook. He was like, this joint is bananas, yo. And we got into the studio. We was talking or whatever. He's like, let me hear it again. He heard it again. He was like, all right, I'm ready. Went in the booth, pinned the hook. He didn't even write it down. Just went in, and that's how he works. It's crazy. Awesome. But yeah, man, the video's dope. You know, it's over almost 65,000 views now, and we dropped it in. Did you see that? Did you see that?
Yes.
All right, I'm just checking.
So when it came up.
All right, praise the Lord. Did you see it? You should have saw it about 4 more times, but anyway.
No, man.
There's hidden message.
That's when I started.
Hidden message.
But
I can play it backwards.
Yeah. Hopefully it says something positive.
I don't know, but I was feeling weird, so I stopped.
So watch the video. Victorious. It's your boy C.H.R.I.S. Christ is Risen, chilling here with Bert at
RapFestRadio.com. Victorious, and we'll be back with more. Check it out, yo.
Yes, sir.
Victorious,
and God is
glorious,
and I am a
conqueror,
and that's only because of him, man. I am
victorious,
and God is
glorious,
and I am a
conqueror.
I came from pedal bikes on ghetto nights where brothers pedal white. Metal strike over them leather nights, them fellas tripe. If you can have a hype, I'm something like a Nazarite. No braids, wave spinning, something like a paradise. An insatiable appetite for the afterlife is what has forced me to put the plow to the ground tonight. And I'm the ox, homie, the yoke of my pops on me. And I believe that the burden of every block's on me. Running this race like the feds and them city cops on me. They giving chase, but I fled and still got the rock on me. This is as real as it gets, and I'll say it many ways. I'm a renegade who ain't been afraid of the center stage. Most of the men in the church sweeter than lemonade, and about as useful as a hand grenade made of mayonnaise. I pray the Father will use me until my hair is gray and my hands decay from the work I did in the Savior's name.
God will forever be. I am more than a conqueror, and I'm not ever stopping, 'cause I'll forever be. God will forever be. I am more than a conqueror, and I'm not ever stopping, 'cause I'll forever be.
My proximity closer to God, literally. I done played the back for a minute beyond memory. Yo, I'm an eagle, the enemy won't pigeon me. My flight way out of sight, beyond vision beat. I'm the epitome of the Father's delivery. My sound liberty, break chains eventually. He's fantastic from Grand Rapids to Manhattan. They selling sci-fi rap, fam. Pan's Labyrinth. When I spit real, no cameras, but all action. With all facets, he draws masses. The Lord's massive. I just wanna be ready, oil in my lantern. Clean from the inside, spirit spiritual my Atlanta. I'm growing in the Lord, no bottles and no Pampers. And I released the junk in my life, Fred Sanford. It never made sense Christ paying this man's ransom when I was just as foul as a free throw and one.
God will forever be. I am more than enough, and I'm not ever stopping, cause I'll forever be. God will forever be. I am more than a conqueror, and I'm not ever stopping, cause I'll forever be.
I am important, I'm not ignored, and I am anointed. And every word I speak, it releases the Savior's ointment. Just like a date was set for my trouble to come upon me, there's an appointment with joy and freedom that's in the morning. My body's healed, I am no longer nobody's shield. This is the season for doing me, cause nobody will. If it was up to them, I'd probably be in the lobby still, with a shotty to your body like running, you know the drill. I went from selling O's of green, trying to cake up, to spitting heavy flows until the zombies awake up. Only God can realize there's Israel inside of Jacob. I lay aside the weight so that I could become the waiter. We are so obsessed with the work of our Lord and Savior that we neglect the Lord of the work, like I see you later. Pencil in the appointment for prayer and then erase him. Then you want success like the Lakers when you're a pacer. Just for what he's done, you're my faith, you can never waver.
And God will forever be. And I am more than enough, and I'm not ever stopping, cause I'll forever be. And God will forever be. And I am more, and I'm not ever stopping,
intro to come back to talk to you with
Amen.
stuff.
Okay.
That's my Space Invader.
So I was getting ready to say, I felt like
Pac-Man, right? You got the pressure.
You know what I'm saying?
Tron.
They're
You ready for that? It's all thumbs now.
Yeah.
Yo, we're back. RapFestRadio.com. That was Victorious. My man Chris here. Great video. You can check that out at C.H.R.I.S Has Risen.
With a Z.com.
Christ Has Risen with a Z. Watch somebody up there. Christ Has Risen with a Z. Not working. The site is down. At ChristHasRisen.com. You can check out the video there. You get also to download the song we played earlier, Against All Odds. Announcements. Rap Fest 2012.
It's coming up 2 months.
Man, it's just like, it is so soon.
We didn't play Against All Odds yet.
No, Victorious, sorry.
Victorious. No, but we had the song that we're gonna. Oh, I said that we played it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, y'all missed the first half of the show.
Trey.
I played it before. So what?
At least somebody's playing it.
Yeah, somebody's playing it. I played it 1,800 times. So if you got 1,800 plays, that's me.
That was you?
It's all me.
Praise Jesus.
She got a Rap Fest 2012 coming on August 11th.
Oh, man.
The following artists are confirmed to participate. They're not in any particular order. At least I don't think so. M.A. Double from Texas. Big Nick from Texas. 2 Edge from Florida. Fro Wonder from Virginia. Glamour the Voice from
man.
Brooklyn. He's from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Gospel Boys from the Bahamas. So he said my man. I think Queens right away. It's like, oh man.
Nah, that's my dude right there.
Okay. The Rep from Arizona. K-Drama from Ohio. Nikki Cruz from Colorado. What else? Oh, here they go. Big Rand from Atlanta. David Michael from Detroit. Disciple from Massachusetts. Freestyle Fam from Staten Island. By the way, Freestyle Fam at the Rap Fest concert series this past Saturday.
They killed it.
Yo, those dudes, they killed it. You ever heard Freestyle Fam? What?
Really? Quest the Wordsmith? You ever heard of Quest the Wordsmith?
Yeah, no Quest the Wordsmith.
Okay, so that's him and
Mike.
And Redeemed. Mike. His name is Mike. Redeemed.
Yo.
So they're group now.
You serious?
Yo, what?
Crazy, bro.
Insane.
Do we have footage or anything?
We don't
I
have footage.
I have a footage though.
We'll show you something
I
later.
recorded something.
We'll show you something
You
later.
have a footage or some footage?
No, I'm sorry. I have some footage.
footage.
I say A footage, right?
Like a little.
I have.
I have footage.
It's really a picture.
We recorded. They did a freestyle session afterwards. Outside,
yeah, so we gotta do that.
The parking lot.
Wow.
So
check it out.
I'm gonna edit that too.
So Freestyle Fam, KMY from Maryland, Lil Lotta from California, Malachi the Truth from Harlem,
Yep.
PK,
Staten Island, that's my man.
Prodigal
Was
Son
he
from
he was at
Florida.
the
He was
event?
at the
PK was
on
there,
Saturday, yeah. Sick, who also did a fantastic job on Saturday with the live band. It was incredible. T. Holmes from the Bronx, Trey, who we heard his song earlier from Rochester, Humble Tip from Virginia, Red Dot from Maryland, Architect from Florida. Who else we have? That's everybody.
Yep.
It's going to be crazy. That's August 11th at the Pathmark parking lot, 174th Street and Longfellow Avenue in the Boogie Down Bronx. The night before, we're going to have the Night Before Rap Fest event, which will be featuring guest speaker Jacob Burgai from the Fuel. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Twins? Should I get off?
Like a puppet.
Jacob Burgai from the Fuel Student Conference, J.Cruz Project, and Logos Rima.
And then that's the night before. We have a prayer walk the week before. This is gonna be crazy. This is for all those people that say, yeah, I'd love to do outreach. You're not participating in the event because you didn't submit, you didn't get selected, whatever, but you still like to do outreach. This is your opportunity to come out. We're going to be gathering at the Pathmark Mall at 12 noon on August 4th. And from there, we're just going to go out and walk through the whole neighborhood. Just pray that God will release his angels, whatever he has to do to prepare that place for us the following weekend.
Yeah.
So that's on a Saturday. We're partnering up with God Belongs in My City.
Yeah.
They're going to be coming out and helping us out with this whole prayer walk. You get the God Belongs in My City shirts and all that stuff. It's going to be crazy. We're looking forward. We love the prayer walk for us. That's Rap Fest for me. The event is like icing on the cake at the end, but the prayer walk is what makes it different. That's when you get to go into the local bodegas, barbershops, and tell people, yeah, we have this event, and they start to ask you questions.
That's when you can mark 16 them all day.
Well, all the way,
all day,
all the way, and that's what we do. And it's really been a blessing. We've made some great relationships actually through the prayer walks. You know, some people in the neighborhood that, like, you know, they always come, oh, you know, this neighborhood really needs us. Amen. So we're in the right spot. So definitely August 11th, if you want to come out, it's gonna be crazy. Rap Fest is a pre-event. Bring your own chair. It's in the parking lot area. There'll be vendors and all that.
BYOC.
Bring your own chair. Yeah, you confused me a second.
BYOC. Oh.
Yeah. What is that?
What? Acronyms.
Yeah, acronym.
Don't be like me. I didn't confuse myself. Christ did. Forget it.
So you definitely want to come out and check it out. It's gonna be crazy. We'll be broadcasting and we'll give all those details and stuff as well later on.
Yes.
We're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to having you guys there. So, what are you working on now? What's your most recent project that you're working on?
Wow, right now, we're working on a mixtape. Don't really have a name to it, but I'm really leaning towards just dropping another album.
What's a mixtape?
I don't know.
I was just gonna
That's
say,
why
what
I was
do you
asking,
mean by
because I don't
mixtape?
have a tape. There's no physical 2 reels where if it breaks, because I used to be nice with that, but that's not what we got.
I don't think you don't follow me on Twitter probably, but I don't know if you saw my definition of the day a couple of days ago. I was just thinking. So my definition of the day, the word was free mixtape. So definition 1 was a blessing to a lot of people because it's free. Definition 2 was a way to avoid low record sales because it's free. And definition 3 was avoiding all copyright laws because people usually just take the secular tracks and mix them up and throw it out there because it's free. They don't have to worry about the lawyers. So they avoid BMI, ASCAP, CSEC, and all that stuff and say, yo,
you really
that
don't,
track
because you can still get a cease and desist letter. But
no, but that's their excuse because they don't know the real definition of a mixtape. They just throw it out there where the mixtape was made to expose those artists that are just coming out or just haven't been heard and put them in the right arena on the right tape with the right guys. You always want like 1 or 2 really, really hot, popular guys with the rest. So then people will be like, yo, I know this guy and that one. Who's that third rapper? You know, or who did that 4th track? That track is crazy. And that's when the mixtape's out there. That's your promo. But it's okay. But definition of the mixtape is up there on Twitter. Check it out.
So what is it, mixtape? Why you say mixtape?
I don't know. I just felt that somewhere in the supermarket of my soul, but I don't know. You know, my manager's been on my case. Shout out to Jules. Shout out to Jules. My man, my cousin.
He was on top.
Love this dude, but he's on my back. Like, yo, you gotta release a mix. That's not his voice actually. But,
actually, sound a little like him.
He said, yo, you gotta release a mixtape. You gotta do something, you know. So I'm putting together some music. Let's just say that.
Okay.
So we're doing that. We got a couple of records. I'm actually getting ready to shoot a video for a record called To God Alone. It's a crazy record, man, and it's all live instrumentation, of course, done at Sound My Music Studios, my studio located in Jamaica, Queens, New York. You can let that thing run across the bottom, and I have the address for you later. Hit me up, soundmymusic.com. Mine with a Y. So, shameless plug. But yeah, we've been going in, man. I got some really, really dope producers. I mean, dudes that nobody's probably heard of, but they get massive placements, and they're good brothers. Like, they love the Lord. My man, shout out to C.H.R.I.S. That's the dude who made Victorious for me. Against All Odds, my man Hot Hands out in Philly. You know, shout out to SAMG, Eshawn Burgundy. You know, all of the fam. Salute to you guys. You know what I'm saying? All them dudes out in Florida, I see you. You know, so we putting together a nice project, because to be honest with you, man, I don't want to rush nothing. You know, a lot of artists do that, and I feel like, you know, they put out a project just because they got a single, and the single is hot, and then you get the project and you're like, man, I wish I just would have downloaded the single, because the rest of the stuff I'm never gonna listen to again. So I want to put together a project where you want to download and get all of the music. You know what I'm saying? We're getting a lot of hits on, especially Against All Odds. People are sending me emails like, dude, why is it so short? Like, really? you had me like, oh my God. Wait a minute, it's over? Yes. We want to build the thirst. We want to.
But that's important. No, go ahead. I'm saying that's important.
I was just gonna say, because you mentioned, you know, that the reason you want people to just that they want to download it, but who are those people that you're looking to
you know
want
what?
to download?
I don't really want. I want the church's support, of course, because I am the church, but I am called not to the well. I'm called to the sick, and by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? I'll go out and give it to people. I've posted the video and given the song to my old friends, and they like, yo, you're like the gospel Nas. You know what I'm saying? I get that, and they be like, yo, you still got it. Like, I don't know, like, a lot of my friends, I hear their music, and I'll be like, what happened? Like, you were like the guy in the neighborhood, and you hear their stuff now, it's like, yipes. But they hit me up, they're like, yo, man, this is crazy. I didn't even know. Like, I posted it on a couple people's pages, and I've seen it. Like, some of my other friends that I didn't even know had it, they was like, yo, check out this heat from my man. They posted they reposted it. And I've read the comments, you know, just scroll through and you see, I didn't even know this was Jesus music. That's what I'm here to do. Okay. One plants, one waters, God gives the increase. If I'm the planter, so be it. If I water, so be it. But as long as God gets the increase, that's what it is. So, and to answer your question, anybody and everybody, I want everybody to download the album and get it out to as many people as possible.
Amen. Questions from the chat room. How long have you been in ministry?
And I've been in ministry. I've been rapping since like 04 or 05. So whatever that is, my math is horrible unless it comes to money. So
about 8 years. Sorry. I don't want to age you, but I'm gonna age you.
Appreciate that. But yeah, about 8 years. So we've been doing it that long.
And the next question is: are you full-time ministry? And if so, what are the biggest challenges of a full-time ministry?
Man, I am full-time ministry, but I'm not only full-time ministry with just, you know, rapping and, you know, going and doing shows, but my ministry is, I have a studio, fully equipped, fully functional, HD studio, that's what I do. I don't record any secular music, I only record gospel music. That's full-time ministry. And then I have the artist side of me as well, which is full-time ministry, because, you know, people come to record and we end up talking about the Lord, and it's like 3 hours later and I've gotten all your money and you got no songs recorded. I'm happy. No, I'm just saying, a lot of times it happens like that. You're like, dude, we don't even have to record today. You know, like we talking and we building, we talking about the Lord, and people pouring out their hearts and telling me what their heart of ministry is, and it feeds me as an artist as well, and it feeds my spirit as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes can't. They say they want to do full-time ministry, but are you equipped? Are you ready?
Right.
You know what I mean? Full-time ministry is serious. You have your family on the line. I'm not out here playing. I'm not out here, you know, begging nobody to come to the studio. God has to literally feed me every month, every day of my life. You know what I mean?
I was going to ask, I mean, full-time ministry in a studio, recording only gospel music, are there enough artists out there to maintain that?
No. But God does it every month. I promise you. I kid you no lie. I kid you no lie. Again, I was sharing with, for all y'all out there, was sharing with these gentlemen earlier. You know, came from a corporate America background. That's what I did for 10 years. So when the transition happened, it was difficult. The first year was extremely difficult because people knew that I recorded, but people didn't know where I was and like, who have you recorded? Richard Dolphin, and you know, like they
who's that?
You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Richard Dolphin, love that dude. That's my guy. I don't care what happens, yo. I don't care if I have a shoebox and a $6 Sony microphone. Richard Dolphin is like, I record.
Yeah.
That's my guy. He support me. I love the dude. I remember when I submitted to Rap Fest a few years ago. They didn't like me, so I submitted a few years ago, and Rich got invited. So I was like, "Yo, that's what's up, man." I actually came out, I think, with him. I don't remember. I was at one, and he was there. And he was telling me, he was like, you guys invited him to the house, and you guys were like building. And I was like, people do that?
Oh, he came for the dinner.
Right. I was like, people do that actually? He was like, yeah, we got to sit, talk, chop it up, and just see where everybody's head is at.
We do that every year. We invite all the artists that get selected for Rap Fest. We invite them to my house. We cater food, and we just sit down, chop it up, and have dinner together.
It's a beautiful thing.
No rapping. Well, we did have a DJ once, and we do some freestyle, just hanging out, bugging out, whatever. But it's a time of fellowship, and you know, don't come alone. Bring your spouse. We want it to be a family thing. So that way, the day of Rap Fest, we just go out there and do what we came to do. I don't have to say, "Oh, you crazy? Oh, what's up, y'all? I heard your music." No,
2 seconds.
We know you're ready. We're done with that. Now we get to just minister to people. So that's a blessing for us. For us, it's a great blessing.
Hugely effective. Hugely.
So challenges?
Challenges, man, would definitely be money.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, I think that's across the board.
Right, but again, like I said, man, when God has called you to do something, you know, there is never going to be a moment that there is not a challenge. I honestly believe that your challenges make you. You know what I'm saying? There were plenty of people in the Bible who faced challenges, but it's what you do when you face those challenges is, you know, the outcome changes. When God blesses you, you know, like, if I didn't keep my hands lifted, or if I didn't keep praising you and saying, God, you're still worthy regardless of what's going on. Because I've learned one thing in my 3 years of doing full-time ministry is God is God. He'll never, the Bible says, I have never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. And I am the seed of the righteous. I am righteous. My God is not going to allow me to sink. And it's only money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only money. It makes the world go round, but it doesn't make me go round.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's only money, and we need it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We definitely need it. But if I need that more than I need my God, then money has become my God.
Right.
I need God. I need him. If he's not with me, like Moses said, if you don't go with me, I ain't going. And that's what it is.
I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, you're married. You have 3 kids.
3 beautiful children, man. My wife, Clarissa, I love you.
Is she involved in music at all in any way?
My wife,
the face is funny.
Let's just say she's vocally challenged. If a note had a handle, she still wouldn't be able to hold it. You know what I mean? We watch TV, you know, and we'll be in church, and she'll be like, "Can she sing?" I'll be like, "No." She'll be like, "Okay." But one thing she does know, if somebody's anointed, she'd be like, "They're anointed." Like, you can,
amen.
That's you know what I mean. But my children, Christopher, my oldest daughter Brittany, who's 16. She just turned 16 a couple of days ago. Shout outs to Britt. That's my baby girl. My 2 boys, Christopher Jr. and Aaron Joseph, who are just the lights in the house. Them guys are just too much.
They're learning in the studio and stuff already, or?
Aaron recorded the new record that and he recorded that when he was 4. Aaron recorded my new record that's coming out called To God Alone. Aaron recorded that. My son Christopher is a phenomenal drummer. He plays in church. He's been playing since he was 2 years old.
Nice.
The boy is bad. He's got 30,000 views on his video on YouTube.
Oh,
the funny part was before I had
30,001 tonight.
Before I had 30,000 views, right? He used to be like, "Yup, let me just hold your computer, Dad." Oh wow, 28,540. How many views do you have, Dad? I'm like, I got a few.
200.
You know what I'm saying?
200. They're coming.
So he's a phenomenal. They're phenomenal kids. My daughter, she is a beautiful person. She can. I believe that she's called just to be a mission, like just to be out on a mission, because she's the type of person where you want to talk to her for whatever reason. You just like, "Oh, you're so beautiful.
Nice.
What's your
That's
name?"
awesome.
You know what I mean? So she has that natural
Nice.
attractant. So and all of my kids love the Lord. Like I can't, if I don't go to church,
Ain't that great?
they're like, "Why we can't go?
Really?
We're supposed to do something in Sister Becky's class tonight. It's not fair." I'm like, "Oh, I gotta press," because my pastor always teaches, take your kids while they want to go.
Right.
Because a day will come where they be like,
I ain't gonna
"Go where?" Like, I'll meet you there? All right. Even though that ain't never happened in my house. I'm sorry. I just,
You going.
you go. As long as you live in here, you go.
House rule. You don't like it, back it back.
Exactly. See you later. Bye.
Yeah, that's the same way we are, man. Our kids love to be in the church as well, and they're
That's a
all involved in
blessing.
ministry. But yeah, you got to do it now while they still want to go.
Right.
But that time might come where they say, "You know what? I ain't feeling it."
Right.
But as long as they're living here, they're going.
You better know it.
They'll be there.
You better know
Front
it.
and center. Report. Roll call. Child 1. Present.
Exactly.
Collecting the offering.
That's exactly what it
Usher.
is. Child 1, you don't have names.
Child 1?
Yeah, child 1. He's child 1, child 2, and child 2's upstairs. Nah, man, but this is what I love about Rap Fest Radio. Like, we've never spoken before. Like, maybe exchanged an email. Like you said, you submitted for Rap Fest 1 year, so we probably your bio demo probably went around the room with people checking it out. That's probably the most. But after tonight, I feel like I know Chris a lot.
That's what's up.
More
I
now.
do too.
And I
Can I go in your refrigerator?
yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
No.
Just don't use my slippers. Don't touch my slippers.
I got you. Same rule here, mine.
Yeah, but I think it's important, and I keep reiterating it because I really believe it's important. I think that's what's going to help us all take these ministries to another level. The relationship that you build with the different artists, and also when you get a little more intimate than just hot beats.
Word.
Because again, nowadays with the app, man, I could turn the iPad into a phenomenal producer with the little loops that it comes with and stuff. You have no idea if I'm really crafted or just happen to buy a $2 app. Well, you could tell, but you know what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying. Like, it's so easy now. But to find a genuine person that truly loves the Lord and is committed to what they're doing for a purpose, rather than just saying, I'm gonna sell 1 million albums.
Right.
That's important. I think the church needs to see that too.
Right.
That there's a lot of unique people out there. You like that unique. Check out IamUnique.com. Great stuff.
What is that?
I got you.
We'll be talking more.
All right.
But it's there are a lot of people out there. Unfortunately, there's also a lot of artists and producers and managers and everything out there that put a bad name to this.
Absolutely.
And many times when we get those calls for bookings, we're doing damage control before we get to do the booking.
Yes.
We go through it all the time.
That's real.
You have to come in and they're booking artists with conditions like, will you come rap at my church? Yeah. How much do you charge? Why do you charge so much? Where do you live? Are you coming with friends? What do you need a green room? And they start asking questions that are coming from past bad experiences.
It is.
When back in the days, I think it used to be like, what are you guys doing next Saturday? You come rap at my church? Yep. Okay, yeah, cool. Done. It was that fast. Now you need like a super contract just to get a guy to come rap at a youth campaign, a youth rally. You need a 6-page contract, a writer.
You're asking for that, Jules?
Shout out to Jules, who's definitely on his job. But one thing I gotta give him, he's very patient, because again, you do have a lot of people out there that know that you're gifted and know that you're anointed and want to use you.
Oh no, absolutely.
You have to be guided by the Holy Spirit to say, No.
And it comes from on both sides.
Absolutely.
You know, the person booking. You know, there's many events and churches or coordinators that'll book an event with a name,
right,
just to get the people to come out.
Right.
Then I'm doing that. Okay, so now you got 2,000 people at your place. So now what?
Right.
You know, and then there's artists that'll just take any booking just to get their name out there.
Right.
You know, and then you have the Black Friday.
Oh.
I was gonna say it, but because we almost said it, he said it. We do have a couple more minutes.
We do have a couple more minutes.
What is Black Friday?
What is Black Friday?
The Black Friday is the all right, so Christian Black Friday. First off, y'all gotta go to my YouTube page and check out the do's and don'ts of the studio. Then you'll understand Black Friday a little bit better.
Okay,
the Christian Black Friday.
It's a video.
It's very, very funny and it's real. You know, so people come in and they say. You say, all right, this is what it's going to cost you to record a record. It's going to be $7.50. They go, oh, $7.50? Oh, Father, wait a minute. All right, so you said $7.50, right? What if I can give you $3.25, 2 Lucy's, and I'll do 7 jumping jacks? And I'm like, wait a minute, how did we get here? It's not even.
That's great, 2 Lucy's.
And a steel reserve, and they want you to do magic with $3.50. You say, man, it's costing me just to turn the lights on in here. You know what I'm saying?
Right, absolutely.
But the people want something for nothing. But then the funny part is they want you to sow into their life. But then when a kid comes to their table and goes, I don't have any money, can I get your CD? They're like, go ask somebody else in the congregation if you can get at least $5.
Because Chris charged me $1,000 to record this.
You know what I'm saying? Or no, it's like, I give them a deal, and then at the end of the day, they don't want to give nobody else a deal.
Right.
They don't want to give out no CDs. They don't want to really sow into other people's lives. That's not what I'm about. People come to my table, they be like, yo, man, I don't really have it. I'm like, yo, take the CD, man. Yeah. This is ministry. It's not about. Oh, I need to leave here with a minimum of 30 CDs sold, or we didn't do good. No, there is a business side to it. Right. Absolutely,
that would be great.
But you have to, for real, you have to know within yourself. This is what rappers miss, man. Relationship with God. Allow God to speak to you, because I told somebody today, everybody that say God is speaking to them, God is not speaking to them. That is your conscious, my man. That is your conscious, or that's just your own thoughts in your mind saying, you should start another ministry. You should. God is not going to work against himself. He's not going to make you do something that you're not called to do or whatever. You know what I mean? So people got to understand who you are. And when you're confident and know what God has called you to do, then you will be effective. People want success rather than effectiveness.
When do you know you're doing what God called you to do?
When everything is going haywire.
That's so true, though.
Not even going to lie to you.
It's not when everything's going right, something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
We always say
something is wrong. When everything is going too smooth, you have to. Everything was going right, but then all of a sudden everything went wrong. Everything went wrong. But nonetheless, he said, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. And that's what I've learned to do. I've learned to rely on my relationship with God to build relationships with people, instead of me forcing it and trying to get my head in here and trying to get my foot in here. And if I can just get a pinky in this door, I'll be fine. That's what people don't understand. When God opens a door, no man can close it. And when God closes that door, no man can open it. So if you relying on God, you good to go. Granddaddy, you always say, you'll never be no more than what God will make you. And that's what's up.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Man, we're almost done here.
No, come on. Give me like 7 more hours.
7 more hours. Well, we're leaving. He'll be here.
The cameras will be off.
Yeah, it'll be like a reality show, just following him around for the next 7 hours. This is where Chris sleeps at night.
My wife is killing me.
Eating Cheerios.
I hate Cheerios, but I need it.
And his fluffy slippers, walking around the house in the studio. I want you to spit a little something, man. Anything that God has in your heart.
Spit something.
Yeah,
Didn't even. I'll do something. I'll do something that I always do everywhere I go. It's kind of like my moniker, and I'll let it go with this. See, God has made the provision. No information was missing. When he gave us his word, he made it a blade of precision. It was based on his wisdom, not the sensationalism. Every sentence I mention is heavily laced in repentance. Now unto him who's able to keep you from falling, they do things that seem to amaze you, but God knew way before day two. We're the salt of the earth, but most of us want to be basil. He wants to marry us, but you want the father to date you. Self-examination, we're self-infatuated with self-infatuation and self-congratulations. Mortify the deeds of the flesh on a daily basis. My medication is meditation and adoration. Through conversation with God, I'm building a strong relation. Preachers be falling off due to a lack of application. This isn't entertainment, a part of a strange arrangement. No introduction, because me and Jesus is well acquainted. Sound of music, you already know. It's about to be a problem this summer. I just felt like doing that. I don't know how real that was.
You got to check out Red Dot. I'll send you his Twitter. He's coming to Rap Fest. Red Dot has a great video, How to Be a Gangster Rapper. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. And he talks about that. You know, the Christian artists that they go on Twitter and they're like, yo, it's about to be a problem up in here. Seriously? and they're just trying to get the right angle and stuff. It's great. It's a hilarious video, man. I think you'll enjoy it.
What are you trying to say? That No, I'm only joking.
You're trying to be...
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. That whole rant was wrong. Yeah. Jesus loves us all.
But it's how he is for real.
Like, seriously.
And once the medication wears out, it gets worse.
That's why Jules walks around every day.
Yeah. Jules got the tranquilizer gun back there yesterday. Yo, we're going to end this show with a song that we got from your website, C.H.R.I.S. That's with a Z. Called Against All Odds.
Oh, man, that's a dope record. You should download it. Put your email in there. Let me get that.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the song, because that's what we're going to end with.
Well, basically, I got the track from my man Hot Hands out in Philly. Shout out to Hot Hands. He sent me over a couple of beats, and I heard the joint, and I was just like, yo, this is what I need just to kind of transition from Victorious into something that's just bananas. So I got that, and I was like, I'm ready to hook. Nah, I just want to go straight crazy on it. And, you know, notice one thing. I didn't give one metaphor, and I didn't say like one time.
Against all odds. Nice. Wow. Nice.
Against all odds.
Against all odds here at Rap Fest Radio, rapfestradio.com. Next week we have
Heesun Lee.
Heesun Lee in the building.
Heesun Lee with the baby. Yep. Congratulations again.
This coming Saturday, we're doing a prison ministry over at Rikers, and Heesun's going to be with us. It's going to be Heesun, Malachi the Truth, and Sick, myself and Brother E, and some other guys. So we'll be talking about our experience at prison with Heesun Lee. No, she didn't get locked up, but you got to tune in next week, Monday, from 8 to 9 p.m. right here, Rapfest Radio, rapfestradio.com. You will learn us because we're out of control. Against All Odds by Chris. Right here, check it out.
Peace out. What's up? Later, yo.
I just can't do nothing regular, man. Kids, man, Southside, you already know what it is. Nothing predictable. Nothing, man. It's just not in my character, man. It's not in my MO, you dig? Queens, man. Hot Hands, what up? Philly, stand up. They wanna be dons and divas who palm heaters on palm beaches till the long arm of the law reaches, then all ceases. Are we all beastin'? We're all grinding, we're all shining. Yo, somebody's lying, it's all in the Lord's time, and I'ma wait on them, cause my steps is based on them. While the wind blows and the storms rage and the rain's pouring, Da Vinci with the pen, how I verbally paint portraits. I'm a New Yorker, see, Queens raised me and G's taught us to boogie on the boys with the speed of 3 Porsches. But he's awesome, I lean on him like fiends often. The cross on your chain, man, trust me, yo, he's off it. Right hand of the father, homie, yo, he's bossing. I'm pushing that 316, no Steve Austin. Jesus is the light of the world and we torches. I should have been dead in my sin in the coffin. The old man was at it again, but we offed him. I don't live that double life, compromising the truth. I ain't in the club taking no pics, chucking the deuce. Yo, I'm trying to move mountains like poof, beat it, Van Moose. Created to conquer, the black mamba is in the booth. He could have let me die when that ratchet was at my roof, or when I drown my sorrows in Henny bottles and Absolute. And that's the truth, heart still beating, and that's the proof. I dilute the power of God if I ain't producing fruit. So my prayers to stay on course and play my part. I won't be no more than he makes me, I'm Play-Doh, y'all. The flaws of the flesh is fatal, fam, say no more. And my problems look like a lion, but they all raw. I'm supposed to believe these rappers that they all raw. 90 shots from one gun that'll spray all y'all. Half of them dudes delusional, or either they all bored. This is sort of your funeral, I lay the rest those bars. Get off the track, the train's coming, no Metro card. All that front and refrain came from it. You ain't blessed by God. I don't care who's Illuminati. I don't rep that squad. I am here to build up the body. None can test my God. Jesus the undefeated, and he been the best by far. Salute the commander-in-chief, the reason I go hard. I just can't do nothing regular, man.
Yeah, man. Southside, you already know what it is.
Nothing predictable. Nothing, man.